Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and this is Xenonauts, a new series that I am going to be starting, a much anticipated title, especially for those people who consider themselves to be XCOM aficionados. While this game isn't strictly part of the XCOM franchise, it does try very hard to emulate the original XCOM UFO Defense, or UFO Enemy Unknown, from 1994. And from what I've seen, it's got it pretty close. They've done a very faithful job. They have changed some of the mechanics around. Some things are to make certain aspects of the gameplay a little bit more interesting. Some are for balance, and just some are quality of life issues. I've already done a little video just going through the manual, trying to explain what I can see some of the major differences to be. But hopefully, as I encounter them in this playthrough, I will point them out also. It's worth pointing out that I've never played Xenonauts before, so this is a completely blind attempt at a playthrough. I've watched some other people playing early missions. I've literally watched maybe 2 hours maximum of other people playing, and I've read through all of the manuals. I've spent quite a lot of time with the original XCOM, but it's been quite a long time since I have played. So we're going to go in for a new game. Now, easy we're definitely not going to do. We're not going to do Iron Man mode, because the big problem when you're recording a series like this is if you do end up with a crash or anything goes wrong and you haven't got a save game, or even worse, you lose a recording, you potentially lose an episode. So being able to reload saves is quite handy, although it's not my intention to save scum. Now, Veteran is the level that is recommended if you've played similar games before, i.e. the original XCOM, but it does claim to be more difficult than the original XCOM. And I was trying to decide whether I should go for normal or veteran. And I think what I've decided to do, I'm going to go for normal, because I haven't played the original XCOM for a long time. And then if we can gauge the mechanics and get a good playthrough done on normal, probably go through and play it again and do it on insane. But for now, we are going to go through and play on normal. So the clock is currently stopped. The date is the 1st of September 1979. And we're looking at the geoscape. So the geoscape shows all of the territory that we are defending from the invasion. Alien UFOs will periodically spawn on the map, damaging your relations with funding nations until they are shot down or complete their mission and disappear. You will shortly be asked to place your first base. The blue circle around it represents the range of the base radar, which automatically detects UFOs that pass inside it. Try to cover as much territory as possible with your first base. Once you have done this, you will want to speed up time until an event occurs. The arrow buttons along the top of the screen control the flow of time, so select the button with 4 arrows for maximum acceleration. The objective of the game is to shoot down alien craft and capture artifacts from the crash site, then research them to unlock new technology and learn more about the alien threat. Eventually, you will learn enough about them to defeat them once and for all. Okay, select primary base location. Now, as you can see, everything is split up into several funding territories. So there should be about 10 altogether. We have North America, we have Central America and South America. We have Europe, that's 4, North Africa 5, South Africa 6, Soviet Union 7, Middle East 8, Indochina 9, and Australasia 10. Now, somewhere around here is always good, because we can cover most of Europe, North Africa, the Middle East, and parts of the Soviet Union. So probably somewhere here would be a good spot. So let's put our first base there. I'm not going to bother with base names because I struggle to come up with names, but we'll just call that our Middle East base. So there we go, and the clock is running. So let us just go into our base screen. So as you can see along the top here, we can have multiple bases, just like the original game. We've got $1.5 million in the bank. Now our base layout is 6x6. You can see we actually start with 4 hangars. We've got 2 interceptors and our dropship. We have a laboratory. This is our command center. We have our workshop. We have some living quarters, we have a storeroom, and we have a radar array. I struggle with that word. A radar array. So personnel capacity used, 30 of 35. So we're nearly full on space. We're definitely going to need another living quarters. So let's pop a living quarters in. That's our living quarters. I think, is it right click? I was almost certain that there was a way to rotate. Right click. No, I don't want to demolish the building. I want to turn... Mouse wheel. Ah, mouse wheel. There we go. So we'll put another living quarters down there. We're going to get another couple of radar arrays because they will increase the range that we can detect UFOs. We're also going to get another hangar in there as well. And that's probably all we're going to do. Oh, no, one important thing we will need is a medical center so that we can heal injured party members. So that's all we're doing on the base construction for now. We've already used quite a bit of money. This is our research. We have currently 10 scientists that are all researching the alien invasion. We are going to hire ourselves 5 more scientists. Now, bear in mind, you have an initial cost and you also have a monthly fee for them as well. So you do have to be careful there. We're going to go up to 5. So let's hire 5 new scientists. Will probably take them some time to arrive. Engineers. Well, we haven't got anything that we can build at the moment, so we're not going to build anything. Now, I have a list of soldiers here. Now, this is something that I mentioned before in my video where I was basically going through the changes in the game. Not sure if we can add any more people. Yeah, the dropship is full. So basically these roles are just roles that you can set that change the way troops are loaded out. So if I go into our sergeant here, who is a rifleman, the default loadout is to have a rifle, essentially. And we can actually change these loadouts. Now, we can rename our soldiers. I will go through and do this, but I don't have a list of names to do. So if any of you who are watching want to get involved in this and you want to have a soldier named after yourself, drop it in the comments. Tell me what you want your soldier to be called, and I will try as best I can to put you into the game. Can't guarantee that you're going to live very long, and I can't guarantee that you will necessarily have your name assigned to a soldier of the correct gender, because I have about 90% male viewership, and the soldiers are probably going to be about 50-50, so we'll just have to make do there. So as you can see, this is our rifleman role, and we can actually change different equipment for the rifleman role. But I think we're going to leave people with the standard setup for now. As you can see, most people are going to have 2 extra magazines of ammo, a medical kit. There are shotguns, there's pistols, sniper rifle, LMG, so we've got a light machine gun. There's even a rocket launcher as well, which I don't think anyone is carrying along with them. We can go through and look at our soldiers, so there is our heavy there. No one appears to have any grenades on them. Let's have a look at equipment. So everyone carries flares, so that's not a problem at all. Our assault soldier is actually carrying a selection of grenades, but I think that our rifleman could get away with carrying at least 1 frag grenade, a smoke grenade, and a flashbang grenade. Now you can see that each soldier has an amount of carried weight. Now, this is based mainly on their strength, and if you put too much weight on them, they won't actually be able... Well, they will be able to move, but they will receive less and less time units. What I want to do is actually set this equipment as default. So now, if I go to another rifleman and go equip default role equipment, it will actually give them all the grenades. So we're just going to go through all of the riflemen, and all of the riflemen want to have the grenades. So everyone's pretty much grenaded up now, so we're pretty much ready to go with that. Nothing to do in the stores, because unlike the original XCOM, where you have to buy all of these individual weapons and ammo, in this game you start with them all, infinite supply of them, and they're all free. So nothing to do in the stores. We've already done the armor equipment. We don't have any vehicles yet. Our interceptors, we have 2, and they have sidewinder missiles and auto cannons. We will get ourselves some new interceptors. Hopefully we'll get some of the newer ones. So I think we're ready to go. So we're going to go back to the geoscape. Now, did my scientists actually arrive is the question, because I did hire. Right, apparently I still don't have my extra scientists. But there's no living space available. Ah, yes, there's 5 in transit. That's what I just wanted to check whether or not that happened. So let's speed things up a little bit. You can see where the day and night line is. Okay, we have a UFO detected. It is a small UFO. And let's just center on it and set the time as low as we can. It's a little distance away, but what we're going to do is we are going to target it and we are going to intercept. We are going to send just one of our condors for now. I think one interceptor should be able to deal with it. We can zoom in and out, which is quite nice. We're going to chase after it. Hopefully we'll be able to get it over land, but it's getting out of our radar reach now. Oh no, it is coming back. What we want to do is we want to tail it until it is over land. Okay, we're getting low on fuel, which is a bit of a problem. What we would have liked to have done is... we're going to intercept. We're going to use our other condor. We probably won't catch it. If we get close enough to it... ah, here we go. I think what we're just going to do is we're just going to try and shoot it down. It will be over the water, but we don't want it to get away because it's going to cause problems for us. So it's a light scout. Now, this is something that is very new on this particular game. The actual combat. So, space will turn off the pause and unpause. I can adjust the speed over here. So, I want to go up to full speed. I can also change the heading of my my plane. I'm going to get ready to maybe take evasive action and dodge out of the way if he fires at me. Yeah, he's taking an evasive action there. Oh, he's firing shots at me. I'm trying to dodge out of the way. I am taking some damage here. I've got to be careful. I'm also on low fuel, but I am behind him, and he is down. So, took a little bit of damage there, which is unfortunate. Now, obviously, that's in the water, so there's not an awful lot I can do there. As you can see, we've got things that have been going on. We've had storms and tidal disruptions and dead zones, and these things have actually been caused by these UFOs that have been causing havoc. I need to shoot one down over land, though. You'll also see as we zoom out that there are other UFO sightings that happen around the world. Obviously, we can't deal with those at the moment because we don't actually have any aircraft that can reach that far out at the moment. So hopefully we're going to get ourselves some more UFOs that we can deal with. So, we have researched the alien invasion. You've probably already noticed we're being invaded, Commander, so I won't state the obvious. The situation is bleak. None of the major powers are able to defend their own airspace, let alone protect the rest of the planet. It seems things are up to us. My team stand ready to help. There may only be a handful of us, but some of the finest minds on the planet are at work in your laboratories. This organisation offers a certain freedom from intrusion that appeals to those of intelligence. The key to beating our enemies is to understand them. We are keen to study any extraterrestrial equipment you can recover from the battlefield. In the meantime, we have been gathering intelligence on the size and composition of the alien fleet orbiting our planet. Mostly images and data are obtained from orbital satellites or ground-based observatories. Given the depressingly disjointed response from the rest of the planet, this is probably the most in-depth study of the invasion to date. We have conclusively identified over 3,000 separate UFOs in orbit around the planet, with several times that amount of additional probable signals. The fleet is comprised of craft of various sizes. The UFOs already sighted entering our atmosphere represent the smallest orbital signatures detected, while the largest signals identified appear to be enormous warships with dimensions rivaling that of modern aircraft carriers. A glimmer of hope remains. The alien craft seem poorly suited to atmospheric flight. Our interceptors may enjoy some early success against the superior extraterrestrial vessels simply due to the better adaptation to combat environment. This may also explain the appearance of only relatively small craft in the skies above our planet. Our scientists theorize that these aliens will have to modify their craft to enter our atmosphere. The larger the craft, the longer this will take. If they are correct, the larger craft will appear in the later stages of the invasion. Perhaps this will afford humanity enough time to organize a more effective defense. I have 2 recommendations: that we consider supplementing our existing F-17 Condor aircraft with a heavier interceptor capable of carrying more powerful weapons, and that we investigate some form of battlefield support vehicle to aid our soldiers when securing the alien craft. Both proposals are ready and on your desk. So we're going to go to the research screen. And we are going to research the high-speed interceptor. We're going to commence project. Still don't have the rest of our scientists yet, which is a little bit of a pain. Obviously, they haven't arrived. Let's go back to the geoscape. We are still waiting for a UFO we can shoot down over land so that we can actually go and do a mission. Let's just go up to the high speed, because as soon as we get one, we can actually hit the button. Okay, 5 scientists have arrived, so we're going to go into our research panel, put the rest of the scientists on our interceptor, back to the geoscape, and let's speed things along a little bit. Okay, we have a UFO. Actually, no, we have a crash site. The UFO's actually gone down. Nothing to shoot here. So what we are going to do is we are going to... We could airstrike it, which would give us some money, but we definitely want to do a mission. So we're going to intercept. We are going to send out Charlie 1. Now, hopefully we can get there before nightfall. Obviously, it's right at the very top of the northern hemisphere, which means that it may miss the nightfall, but we'll have to see. Let's just speed things up a little bit. Oh, it could be a night mission. Looks like it might be. Living quarters is now complete. We've reached the crash site. We are going to engage. Now that I've got living quarters built at the base, I must also make sure that I hire some additional engineers as well, so we can start building the things that we have researched. So anyone who's played the original XCOM will know that one thing you really want to do is avoid night missions, because the aliens don't suffer a penalty in nighttime conditions, but the humans do. So this is the little tooltip here. Xenonauts has turn-based combat. Each unit has a number of time units which can be used to perform actions like movement and shooting. The current turn can be ended by pressing end turn, which will play out the alien turn and begin a new player turn, returning all Xenonauts to full-time units. Left-clicking on a move destination displays the move path and the number of remaining time units. Clicking again or double-clicking will move the soldier. Right-click is used to rotate soldiers on the spot or to open doors without walking through them. Mouse over an alien to bring up the fire cursor, showing the percentage hit chance and time unit cost. Left click to fire, or right click to spend more time units and make the shot more accurate. Enter free aim mode by holding control or clicking on the soldier's weapon image. Ground combat is very complex and will take some time to master. Mouse over different GUI elements to get a detailed explanation of their function. Crash site briefing. The objective of this mission is to secure the UFO, which will contain artifacts to research or alien materials that you can use to build advanced technology. Other alien items recovered from the battlefield will automatically be sold, granting you additional funding. The simplest way to win this mission is to eliminate all of the alien units on the map. This will automatically end the mission and recover all alien artifacts from the battlefield. However, you can also win the mission by killing all the aliens inside the UFO and then holding it with at least one soldier for 5 turns. If the UFO has been shot down, a number of the crew are likely to have died on impact, and some of the recoverable items may have exploded or been destroyed. A landed UFO will contain more recoverable items, but will also contain more aliens. Remember to use smoke, suppression or shields to reduce the amount of reaction fire your soldiers will take when they assault the UFO. Night mission briefing. Oh dear, it's a night mission. This is a night mission. An area of the world is currently in darkness on the geoscape. Fighting a mission at night puts your soldiers at a disadvantage, as they have reduced vision whilst the aliens are unaffected. For a tile to be visible on a night mission, it must be both within a soldier's line of sight of a Xenonaut and lit by a light source. As Xenonauts can see 18 tiles, but their tactical lights only project light for 12 tiles, they are effectively losing a third of their vision range when on a night mission. This missing vision can be restored by another source of light. All Xenonauts carry an unlimited number of flares which project light and can be thrown relatively cheaply from the grenade quickslot UI. Many maps also have sources of environmental light, example street lights, which will light up the area around them, so use this to your advantage where possible. Okay, enough rambling on. Here are my soldiers. My soldiers are in the back of my dropship. Here is the battlefield. We need to start moving people out. So who do we have selected? We have you selected. We are going to nudge you forward a couple of spaces. We are going to turn you to look around. Okay, everything seems good. So we're going to face you forwards. We're going to get you to crouch. No idea what that button is. We'll have to look that up. Anyway, let's get our next soldier. You are our sniper. So you are going to come out. Now we've got to be careful here. You do have a flare. So let's take a flare. And let's lob it as far as you can. And throw it out there, which will help give us some more vision. There we go, so we can see a little further. Who do we have here? Somebody else with a shotgun. You are going to come out. Now, the way this works is you click once and it will actually tell you how many time units you'll have remaining once you reach your destination, because we currently start with 66 time units. So if we run there, it'll cost us 55. However, if we run there, it'll only cost us 6. It will still have 63 remaining. Now, we could just move one square at a time, and it's still going to cost us the same amount of time units to do that. So it's not a bad idea doing things like that. One thing they have added to this, which I quite like, is if you're running a further distance like this and you hit space, you will actually emergency stop. So even if you've made a soldier run halfway across the map, hitting space will instantly get them to stop what they are doing. What I am going to do, though, with this person is move them down here behind this tree. I am going to turn them in this direction and get them to crouch down. Does cost 3 time units to crouch and to stand up, but crouching actually makes you harder to hit, and at the same time it gives you better accuracy. We're going to move you over here and have a look around and see what we have in this direction. Let's move you out. Okay, don't see anything there. Let's see if we can move you over here behind cover and crouch you down. Going to do the same on this side, just to try and clear it out. Okay, so we can't see anything out here. It looks like this is the corner of the map. I'm just going to step this way just to confirm that it is. Yeah, we can't see any further in this direction. So this is the corner of the map. That's actually a good thing. So I'm going to move you over here as much as you can. Let's get the rest of the crew out. We have someone with a big gun. The problem is, though, by the time they've moved, they're not really in a position to fire. But we will get you to look in that direction and to crouch. And we've also got somebody else here with a, looks like an M16. But we will reserve you some time units for a snapshot. That will automatically stop me from spending all of my time units. So it'll take 20 time units for this character to have a snapshot, which means if I tell that character to move somewhere that will leave them less than 20 time units, it turns orange. So I'll only be able to move to there and save enough time units for a snapshot. We can move to here, though. We've got a very good lighting. We'll crouch down, so we're in a good defensive position there. And we've got one final person who I think we will move here behind the tree. And I think for the sake of things, we'll also get another flare out over in that direction to give us a bit more light and crouch down. That's everybody move. Let's end the alien turn. Things will speed up a bit more now because obviously I am spending time explaining how it works and what I am doing. So the aliens have taken their turn, but nothing has really happened. They haven't fired any shots at us. So let's start moving people up and see what we can find. Now obviously we're looking for the UFO. We're also looking for any aliens that might be around. Shouldn't be any civilians, which is nice. The chances are, if we see something move, it is probably an alien. Right, you can't get over in that direction, which is a bit of a shame. We're going to put you there. We are definitely going to have a flare out in this direction. Don't want anything sneaking up on us. You can crouch down. You don't even have enough time units to crouch. But you are behind the trees, so you should be okay. I want to try and keep people in cover as much as possible. But sadly, that's not always possible. This map doesn't have a lot of cover. So you can crouch. Who do we have next? We've already moved you. Right, let's start getting some of these people up. Our LMG person is just going to move forwards and crouch. You are going to move forwards here behind this tree. And we will lob a flare over onto that side of the water. This gives a bit more vision. Now, shotguns are actually some of the best units for... the best weapons for reaction fire. Because they have a good modifier that allows you to actually do a fair amount of damage with them. Let's move you up here behind this tree. It might have been a little bit ambitious, but... let's crouch you down if you can. Yep, just to keep you safe. And we have our sniper, who really should try and hang back, but we're going to move you up over here. And we'll get you to crouch down. Do we have anybody left who hasn't moved? You haven't moved. So let's get you all the way over here. And I think that's everybody had their movement. Yep, certainly seems to be. So let's end the turn. This is probably where we get shot and everybody dies. Nobody died. Okay, so take you and move you over here. Still haven't seen anybody yet. We also haven't seen the UFO either. Let's keep having a look around. I'm going to crouch you down. Have you got enough time unit to lob a flare? No, which is a real shame. So we won't bother doing that. We'll move you around to here. That's probably not left you enough time units to throw a flare either. No, it requires 22, so you're just going to crouch down. And let's start moving some people up. Let's get you here behind this tree. And what time units do you have? 32, so that gives you enough to throw a flare as far as your arm can lob it. Okay, so still quite a bit of map over in that direction that we need to uncover. So you're going to go over here. And as we've got infinite flares, and I believe they last for the entirety of the mission, so they're not going to burn out, we should be throwing as many of these around as absolutely possible. Let's move our heavy machine gun up. Well, it's a light machine gun, but it's a heavy weapon. You've moved. You have moved, but could move a little bit more. And we'll get you to crouch down. Maybe I'm playing this a little bit too cautiously, but I know how these games usually work out. Right, we know we're relatively safe over in this direction, so let's get you out there. You're a bit of a target. You can move quite a bit forwards, actually. And go into crouch. Not leaving ourselves much opportunity for reaction fire, but we're just trying to get everybody in position. Okay, so everybody... Oh, shots taken. So someone is firing at us. Now we have to be careful, but we know it came from up here somewhere, so we do know that there are aliens around. You have a shotgun. Can you get to anywhere safe? You probably get shot at. Right, you've spotted something. What have you... Oh, wow. Okay, that is bad. Right, let's take a shot at it. We're going to take us... Right, what have we got time units wise? We are going to move here. We're going to face the alien, which we can still see. We are going to crouch. This will give us the best chance of being able to hit it. We are going to take our aimed shot, which will give us a 58% chance of a hit, and fire. One dead alien. Okay, that's a good start. That is a very, very good start. I believe this just changes the altitude of the map. Yeah. So, obviously maps can have different levels. So that's one alien. We still know we took a shot from over here, though. There is something else remaining. So we do have you. We should probably move you up here. It's probably not sensible, but... And we have spotted ourselves another alien. Where is our heavy weapons specialist? You're going to shoot him in the back of the head if you try and do anything. So let us move you over here. And that's probably not going... Yeah, you need 35 time units to fire. So we're going to crouch you. That was a little bit of a silly mistake. We're going to get you to take some shots, actually. We're going to get you to crouch down. And we are going to have our aim shot. 75% chance to hit. It does hit. Not enough to get a kill, though. We do have enough for a snapshot, so let's take it. And we missed by a country mile. We do have our sniper here, actually. So you take your aim shot. 95% chance to hit. And it missed. Gotta love those random number generators. Now then... How many time units do you need for a normal shot? 26 or 36? How many would you have left there? 38. So we're going to move you right forward. And we are going to go for... What's the best shot we can do? 79% chance to hit. Take it. Wow, he's still up. This guy's got a lot of health. Now you're in a bad position because you can't crouch either. So what can we do to help you out? Well... I'm guessing that the UFO is probably off in this direction. I mean, that is just an assumption, but let us see what we can do. Let's get you around in this direction. And we'll get you to crouch. And the best hit we can take, 38 time units for a 72% chance to hit. Let's take it. And we got a hit. Okay, we got the kill. That's good. Who else hasn't moved? You haven't moved. Now, there could be something over on this side of the map. We don't know whether or not there will be. So we're going to have a look over here. Time unit wise, you've got enough to crouch and you have enough to throw a grenade. Ah, and just crouch. I was going to say, don't tell me that they actually stand up and then don't crouch again. That would be very annoying. Anybody hasn't moved. You haven't moved. You need to not hide behind the explosive barrels, but run up in this direction. And crouch down. Anybody with a lot of time units left? You've still got quite a bit left. But there's not an awful lot you can do. I think I'll move you up behind these rocks, actually, just so you're going to have a better chance of being able to shoot over there. We will crouch you, even though you're facing the wrong way. It will afford you some more cover. So 2 aliens found, 2 aliens dealt with. No human casualties yet, but that may not last. So let us continue to move up and see what we can see. Still haven't found the UFO yet. Got to be very careful here. We are going to crouch and throw out another... Oh, no, wrong button. We want you to cancel your movement. Thank you. And throw a flare over there. Right, still haven't found our targets yet. How many movements? Right, let's get over there if we can. Please survive. Yes, you do. Go and crouch. And you, with your shotgun, you can get over there. Still haven't found anything, so we'll crouch and we will take a flare. I'm just going to abuse these infinite flares as much as possible. Right, still haven't found the UFO yet. This is starting to worry me. But everybody else is just going to start running forwards now because we know where we're relatively safe. You are going to go around here. It's a long run. You're not going to have an awful lot of reaction left. Okay, looks like that is probably the edge of the map. Possibly. You're going to run up to the front. And crouch. Anybody left? Right. Can we put you in a better position? No. And also, you can't run very far because of the weight of that gun, which is a bit of a shame. I don't want to put you out in the open either, so I think you might stay there for this combat round. You can certainly move forward, so let's get you up in this direction. Ah! We found the UFO. Fantastic. So, crouch you down. Who's left? Right. End the turn. Fingers crossed we don't get shot. And we didn't, which is very good. You can move over here, because we do need to make sure that we're clear on this side of the map. Right, a lot of water there, so I think we're probably okay, but there's no guarantees. One thing I'm not sure about on this game, and I will have to ask the developer, is whether or not these maps are procedurally generated, or whether they are sort of pre-made. It's one of the things I'm not sure of, but I can certainly find that out for those who are interested. We're going to start trying to move up a little bit closer to the UFO. Not sure how many aliens are likely to be in a UFO of this size, so I'm going to throw a flare over towards the door. Just give us a bit of better vision around it. Now, can you actually get over there from this side of the map? No, because the trees are blocking your position, but we can get you back around here where you're going to be useful, so let's do that. You should be safe behind the trees. You have quite a bit of movement left, though not enough to deal with something if it comes running out from inside, but we'll put you over here. Well, we didn't draw any reaction fire, which is good, so we'll crouch you down behind there. Who else do we have? Our sniper. We certainly want to get you into a good position. I think we'll actually move you up here behind this tree. And you might have a shot inside if anybody sticks their head out. Who do we have left? You're quite a good distance away, so let's just run you as far forwards as possible. You're a little bit exposed there, but we need to get you into position. Where are you? Right, I don't think that corner of the map is going to be a problem to us. We do need to start getting our heavy weapons closer to the front because they move quite slowly. And I think that's everybody had movement. Okay, it's probably just aliens left inside the UFO at this point. So what we are going to do is Mr. Shotgun here is going to walk up to one side of the door and crouch. Just so the door is covered. Now we have another guy with a shotgun somewhere. It's you. You are going to do your best to get to the other side of the door. For the time being, you're just going to face it and crouch. Going to take my sniper, actually move him around this side of the tree. It's not affording him quite as much cover, but it does mean he'll have a better chance of being able to shoot in through the door. Our heavy weapon, on the other hand, is going to move up in this direction and face that way and crouch. May be able to fire in the door and suppress. These riflemen are going to move up for additional support where needed. In fact, there's probably better. Face that way and crouch. And what about you? Can we get you? Yeah, we can get you all the way across there. Looks like that's the edge of the map as well, so we should be okay from that direction. Who hasn't moved? You haven't moved. Let's get you up in this direction. We'll look that way. We're just going to throw a flare over here and make sure there's nothing hiding around the back of the UFO. We can't see anything. Looks like the corner of the map again, so you can crouch down. Still got a few people that haven't moved, but I think everybody else is pretty much okay, so let us end that turn. No movement from the aliens. Our guy with the shotgun is going to move up over here. You're going to face towards the UFO door, and you are going to crouch down. You are going to move up here behind these rocks, and you're going to crouch down. Our heavy weapons is actually going to move over here, because I've changed my mind. And you're going to face the door and crouch down. And then I think what we're going to do... Do we have anybody else around here that's pretty spare? Not really. We're surrounding the UFO, so let's end the turn there. And then we'll open the door on the next turn. So we're going to right-click the door to open it. We have... Right, some of those are dead. You, however, are a problem. So, we are going to take the best shot we can at you, which is a 93% chance to hit. And you're dead. Now I've got to deal with this guy. Where's our sniper? You're in a bad position, you can't hit. You might possibly be able to hit. 56% chance. And it was a miss. Can't take another one, but can take a normal shot for a 35% chance to hit. We got a hit, but we did not get a kill. Return fire, but we're good. Heavy weapons could fire. The problem is we're most likely going to suppress our own guys. Let's try it anyway. Yeah, we've managed to suppress our own guys, but we did kill the alien and complete the mission. So everybody else gets a little bit of a boost to their accuracy and time unit. So let's have a look what we've got here. 4 aliens killed, no Xenonaut casualties, no vehicles lost, local forces and civilians, there weren't any, which is fine. So we have recovered a light scout data core, we've recovered alien alloys, a civilian guard corpse, which must be the alien type we were dealing with there, alien plasma pistol and alien plasma rifle, all of which have been sent to our laboratories. 2 alien alloys. The corpses have been destroyed, possibly could... guard corpse and a non-combatant corpse. These have been destroyed. I don't know whether you need some sort of facility for corpses or for the dead ones. I know in the original XCOM you could only capture live aliens if you had a containment facility, so I'm not sure how that works. And we've got some plasma batteries, some plasma bolts, and plasma pistols and plasma rifles, which we have sold for money. So fantastic. So we're going to go to the research screen. All of our scientists are still busy working on the high-speed interceptors. We'll leave them doing that. But what we want to do is we want to go in and hire ourselves some engineers. Now, we've got the living space. We could get 10 engineers. 5 engineers. That uses up the full amount of available workspace, so that is fine. We'll hire those engineers. And then hopefully, as soon as our scientists have finished researching the high-speed interceptor, we will be able to start building those. But we'll go back to the geoscape. We are returning to base, and that is probably where I am going to end this video. I will save here, and I'll see you guys next time. So I hope you are enjoying Xenonauts. So far, even after one mission, I'm really enjoying it. It is a very enjoyable game, and from what I can tell, a very, very faithful remake of the original XCOM. With its own flair. So, you know, congratulations to Chris England and Goldhawk Interactive for making a really, really good game. I'll see you guys next time. So until then, goodbye for now.